Hey y'all, welcome to my first video on Ant's drums, and today I'm setting up the alesis nitro mesh kit. So here's a picture of it. This is exactly what I'm going to be setting up. The first thing I took out here was the kick pad, which is part of the whole kick drum, and I was basically just wiping everything down because I had everything packed away for 2 years. That's again part of the kick drum. The next part I'm taking out here is the module of the drum, which is its brain. And then I'm opening up the accessories box, which has the manual in it, which was very useful the first time around, setting up this drum set. And then here I've got the actual pedal for the kick drum, and then in the diagram you can see how that pedal comes together with the kick pad. And then you can step on it nicely, it bounces back and everything. It's got a whole spring system sort of in place. And you basically set all of that up with the drum key. Here we've got the hi-hat control. Just wipe that down again, along with everything else. Yeah, there's the Allen key, which is what I use for the next few parts to set it up. So these parts are actually the pipes that hold together all of the other parts of the drum. So by the other parts, in the pipes themselves, there's these things that hold onto other pipes that go into them, which hold the toms, the snare, then the cymbals like the crash, ride, and so on, and the hi-hat. And it's actually a very efficient setup because I can literally plug everything in and have all of the items on this whole frame. And it's super light to pick up, so I can easily move everything around if I feel like it. Here you can see me struggling. I had to redo this whole part because if you look at picture 3, which now disappeared, I had to put the snare drum's pipe first, which is the pipe that just fell over my leg. And I didn't put that first, so I had to take everything apart. But yeah, you live and you learn, whatever. Probably happens when you don't look at the manual, but I thought I had this. So yeah, here I was talking to Joe for a second, and trying to figure out the best height, how I'm gonna hold it all together, and fasten it with the Allen key, which ended up working out nicely anyway. And yeah, at this point I was very proud of myself because that part's all together, just tightening the last bits, trying to get it in position that I like and that I'm used to. So I'm close to finishing off the frame of the drums, and I'm just tightening everything. And as you could see, I literally just picked that up while I was sitting down, so effortlessly, because it's literally that light. These parts are for the cymbals, the ride, crash, and the snare. I did wipe them down. I was going to start it, but then I was like, no, let me do the toms first. That kind of makes more sense, the toms and the snare pad. And there's this metal part that hooks into, so the metal part is H. There's 4 parts because there's 1 snare and 3 toms. And you basically put it into the back of the snare pad, and then you can put it into the holes on the frame. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to put it all in, and yeah, I think I've put the snare in, and then this is the first tom I'm putting in. So yeah, just tightening all of that. Well, the key for me is at least not to tighten everything right from the start, but rather to just put it in enough so that I can still move it around, and then once I'm happy with the positioning of it, then I actually tighten it. So yeah, that's me just doing this whole part, trying to get everything to work together. Yeah. Anyway, at this point I was over it, so I called it a day. And then here's a little break. Well, it was very brief. Probably took me 2 or 3 days to get back onto setting up things because I was really busy with work and everything. So then I'm getting ready to set up the 10-inch cymbal single zone. And basically what the single zone refers to is the part at the bottom is rubber, so that's the part that you actually strike with your drumstick. Jeez, I couldn't even remember what a drumstick was for a second. But yeah, you strike that rubbery part at the bottom and then it makes a sound. So at the top it doesn't make the sound, which, you know, makes sense because you don't knock a drum there at the top necessarily. Not a drum, a cymbal, but whatever, you guys get it. So yeah, here I've like set up everything and I was like really excited about it. And I got onto the module, which I already said is the brain of the drum. Alesis' module in particular has like a bunch of training tracks, a metronome. It's got memory of like a bunch of different kit sounds, which I really like. I think my favorite setting is the 7th kit. Don't know how else to refer to it, I just know it says number 7 and that's the one I like. So yeah, I was like plugging everything in here. You can see me moving again, the kit is so freaking light. So I was plugging in everything, or just at least trying to untangle all of the cords so that it could be a bit more, you know, easy on the eye, because I don't really like it when the cables are all messy and stuff. So yeah, each part of the drum, so each component that you could be hitting or a pedal that you could be pressing and whatever, has its own input into the module, and you can use the module to record tracks that you make and then plug the module into your computer and so on, and then you can record the sound like that. At this point I'm trying to plug in one of the, I don't know what I was plugging in, I think it was actually, yeah, it was the ride, and I was like plugging it into the crash like an idiot. And it just wouldn't work, like it wouldn't reach, and I was getting frustrated, but I obviously worked it out. So yeah, that was really funny. The set comes with these nice Velcro strips that you can kind of just use to, you know, sort out all of the cables so it doesn't look really ugly. And yeah, at this point I finished setting up the whole cable thing. So yeah, the drums are all set up. Super chuffed with myself, and here I'm putting some stickers on. First I've got some Van stickers that I really liked. They're basically like super colorful and I like that about them. I had a pink one on my car, but it faded, so now it's like this white color, but it still says Vans, like the black didn't fade, so that's really cool. I had this blue one and then an orange one. And then after that I'm putting these cool stickers on that my best friend gave me. Her art account is gonna pop up like now. Her art account is called Kunstief, as you can see on the right side. She makes really cool art, and the sticker said, "Het jy 'n probleem?" which I think was so fitting. And then here you can see the mascot for Kunstief, which is also so cool, a honey badger, and yeah, Hellfire Club sticker, super cool. And then here's a full view of the drum set, all done. And yeah, obviously it's not spaced well enough from the wall, so I wouldn't like sit down in this position, but yeah, it was just to show this video and show off the stickers again. This is my favorite sticker, Het jy 'n probleem? Do you have a problem, basically. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This was my first video. Please subscribe, like, and comment.